Hey, welcome everybody. Yes, it's time. Yes, it's your favorite, my favorite. It's everyone's favorite. It's Three Guys Before the Game, and our summer series continues with...
Can I say it? You got to say, we got a good one for you.
Oh, we got a good one. We got a really good one for you. This is the Groovy Guest Series, Summer Series, Groovy Guest Series, and we are delighted to be joined by WV football player Jaden Bray. He will join us on the program. We'll jump in to Jaden's collegiate career, how things have gone to this point, expectations for the coming season. Jaden Bray is our special guest. Three Guys Before the Game is brought to us by GoMart. Get yourself that GoMart. Oh my, look at that if you're watching. Keep your rewards rolling. Save with rewards at GoMart. Download the app. Three Guys also brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's Biscuit. By Jan Dills, attorneys at law. They won't take no for an answer. Simply, they won't do it. Three Guys also brought to us by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. And by WVU Medicine, the exclusive healthcare provider for all Mountaineers, including you. Away we go, episode 714. Thank you so very much for being with us, and let's bring in our guest of honor, WVU wide receiver Jaden Bray joins us, looking good. All right, so let's jump right in immediately, because instantly people are going to go like, all right, he's wearing West Virginia shirt. That's cool. I see a flying WV on the shelf behind him. But then you go to our left, to your right, Jaden, the Sooners 87. Far right side, I remember the 85. That's what you wore at Oklahoma State.
When he was burning West Virginia.
When he scorched the Mountaineers.
Yeah.
So go ahead, right off the bat. The 87, it belongs to whom?
That's my my stepdad's son's jersey. He played tight end at OU.
Yeah.
And then he played a little bit overseas in Germany, so that's his overseas jersey. In the
Is that a Frank? What were they? The Frankfurt? What were they? The Galaxy? Were they the Frankfurt? Was Frankfurt the? Yeah, I forget what that.
I'm not sure.
I'm not European football.
What, you're not familiar with it?
No, I'm not familiar. You're with it. And then like you guys have said, that's my freshman jersey when I was at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
So just got those hung up. This is my stepdad's little room right here. So when I come over, I kind of take over. So it's a lot of memorabilia stuff. If I would flip the camera, there's a whole bunch of football stuff.
That's his
all
man
around
cave.
Here.
That's your stepdad's man cave.
Yeah, that's his man cave.
I said this to you before we started rolling. That chair you're sitting in, that looks like you could fall asleep in that without anesthesia. Like, does that thing put you out? Yeah, that's what I thought. So
Man, as soon as you sit down in it, there's a controller right here. All these modes you can do. I know my stepdad loves this chair right here.
Yeah.
When I'm here, I know he probably upset because I don't leave this room. I really don't leave this room.
So if he falls asleep during the show, we know why.
Yeah, exactly. He had he had the massage thing on there. So you are. People may not know this, but right now you're in Norman, Oklahoma. So you're an Oklahoma guy, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. I am.
And your career has always been super interesting to me. Just kind of like the whole deal from your parents' side to playing at Oklahoma State, and then obviously to West Virginia. So when you think about it now, has this college career from start to where you are right now, has it seemed long or has it gone by quickly?
No, it's gone by super fast. Like, it's crazy. I've been in college a while, but the time goes by super fast. It honestly feels like I was a freshman, not too long ago. Especially the time spent at Oklahoma State that I was there. I wouldn't say it doesn't feel like it didn't happen because it was so long ago, but it also feels like it just happened. Because I just feel like time goes by so fast. So, and even the time at West Virginia, this is going on my third year. And it doesn't even feel like I've been here that long either. It's just because time goes by so fast. So while I'm here, I'll just be trying to hone in and realize where I'm at and not try to take advantage of the time while I'm here.
Not to scare you, but if you think this has gone by fast, like that's how the rest of your life goes. Like years click off like that was a week, and you go, wait a second, I've been out of school for how long? By the way, congratulations, double degree. You already have your undergrad, and in the course of this coming month, you're going to get your graduate degree as well. That's fantastic, man. I love people that use the system rather than letting the system use them. That's awesome.
Yep, yes, sir.
Do you have ideas once the ball is done as to what you might want to do?
Yeah, of course, like I always had a knack for like coaching and stuff like that, but like I'm a big advocate for like mental health. So if I can stay in sports and just like help athletes with off the field situations, but like not just off the field, just any situation that'll just help them become a better person. Um Even like if they're dealing with something on the field, I can help them. If they're dealing with something off the field, just try to like mentor them or just be like a role model around the facility that they can feel like they can talk to and stuff like that. In a sense, we got one right now at our facility, Dr. Sophia. She does a great job of making sure the guys are doing really good. So that's what I kind of want to do after football. So yeah.
I think also that Rasheed Marshall could be a mentor for you on that, because I was talking to him the other day. It's kind of what he does, because there's stuff, everybody thinks it's players, it's just practicing on the field, but there's all kinds of off the stuff field, and it's not always easy. And someone who's been through it, especially somebody who's played, has unique insight. So that's an interesting area for you to go into. I'm sure Rasheed's could give you some guidance there too.
Oh yes, sir. Rasheed is another great example. He's helped me more than enough since I've gone to West Virginia. So, yeah, Rasheed's another great role model.
Jade, let's stay on that topic. That's really interesting. I wonder how much, and I'm sure everybody listening to this program knows the past couple of years for you, the adversity you've had to fight through with the injuries. How much has that process influenced that reliance on mental health? You've obviously had to be very mentally strong to get through the last couple of years. How much has that influenced what you may want to do after football?
Oh, it's been like a major influence. Just like it's crazy, like dealing with certain situations, and then the next day you're going to class and you're trying to like learn, like you're actually learning about those things that can help you. So I wouldn't say I was already using like self-implement thoughts on myself, just to like make sure that I was doing good. But having a strong like connection and having strong friends and there's good family members around, just to make sure that you were doing good is always great. I'm never been the type of person to get too down on myself, 'cause there's always a situation worse. So, just kind of always got to thank God for, being there with you, and, he's got your plan. So, that was just kind of like the main thing I would say I was doing, was just keeping God first and keeping really great people around me to keep me, lifted up through those hard times.
Jane, you were raised, I think both your mom and dad were in the Army, so were you raised with Army discipline?
Yes, for sure. They were pretty strict on me. Not too crazy like the drill sergeant typical parents, but they were very strict, and I can never be thankful for what they've done for me, because they obviously molded me into who I am today. So I'm very thankful for both of them.
Is it the military that got them to Oklahoma, or is that just where they were?
No, it was the military. I was born on Fort Sill. They were both stationed on Fort Sill, military base out there in Lawton, Oklahoma. So I lived out in Lawton, Oklahoma for quite extensive time, probably until like middle school, and then we ended up moving up to Oklahoma City. So that's kind of led them to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Is that military time punctuality in your blood there? When we went to join you today, you were within 15 seconds of the target mark, and you were early. Are you punctual? Is that one of your deals?
Yeah, that's kind of a big thing, Even like with football, you gotta be early, 5 minutes early. If you ain't early, you're late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was on it, boys. He was on right when he said he was.
Well, no, I'm happy to hear you say that, because I've been on road trips where the buses leave. Rich says bus is leaving at 1, and about 12:46, bus is pulling out. Like, if you weren't sitting there, see you later. So yeah.
Yeah, that's for true.
Yeah, Rich time.
And if you're not on the bus, my fault. If you're not on the bus, they're scrambling, calling where you're at. So you got to get on the bus. So you got to get there.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
When did you identify in sports that you were going to be better than good? Was it a middle school thing where you're making plays, or like when did it kind of pop that like, wait a second, this kid's got a chance to be like exceptional?
And I would really say my junior year of high school. 'Cause I played basketball only throughout high school, all the way up until just my junior year. I just decided to give football a try. Because I had played like little league football when I was younger and stuff like that. But like as soon as like middle school hit, I was strictly basketball only. So the like I said, junior year the football, I had moved to Norman. I had already had moved to Norman like my sophomore year, but I was still strictly basketball. And then my junior year, the basketball coach was like, "Hey man, you should come in." I mean, the football coach was like, "You should come in and give football a shot." And I was like, "I don't know." There was probably like a week left to enroll, and I just went ahead and gave it a shot. Started playing football again, and then after my junior year, put up like a little, like I think it was like 989 yards. Um, had a real good season and ended up finishing with like 15 Division I offers after my first year of football.
Oh my.
And yeah, and it was just kind of eye opening because I had like been putting all this time into basketball, and like of course I had D2 offers and stuff like that, and I was getting like a little, like I was getting letters, and like I was getting letters from Division Is, but like it was never something that was just like, all right, we're gonna take a chance and throw you a D1 offer. But when I was looking, like I've only been playing football a little under 3 months, and I have 15 Division I offers. So it was kind of surreal moment for me. I think that was kind of like the biggest moment because everything was very much new to me, especially like the recruiting, especially was so new to my parents and stuff like that. So um, that was a very surreal moment for me.
That's a wild story. Were you a point guard or a two?
I was running the point guard. I
Yeah.
was point guard, yes sir.
Pass first or shoot first, point guard?
I was pass first, but you know, whenever the situation needed some scoring to get down, you know, I would lace them up and get some work. So
Did
it was
you?
really whatever the game needed.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Give me the ball.
Classic point
Give me the
guard.
ball.
Yeah. Did you do the whole AAU thing? So you would go to those big events, those showcases, and
Yeah.
all the coaches are there, and you're looking at, look at me, I can do this.
Yeah, yes sir. I was big AAU. That's all I did. Um, that's all I did throughout high school until my junior year. Like as soon as I started getting offers in football, I literally put down the basketball and just like, all right, I'm gonna just stick with football from now on. Like after that, I didn't even really care about basketball anymore.
Yeah. So
Like,
yeah, I hear you. So basically, you were saying like, hey, I showed you what I can do in basketball. You guys aren't interested. These football guys are interested. I'm going over here.
yeah, that's basically what kind of transpired after that junior year. Um, just put head down into football.
All right, do this. Do some self-scout. What didn't you have to get big boy offers in basketball? What did you have to get big boy offers in football?
I'd say in basketball, I wasn't kind of like the aggressor, if that makes sense. Like I was more like laid back. Like I was doing my job, but I wasn't like, I don't think I was showing them anything over the top. When I was out on the football, like I'm out on the perimeter. It's like me versus like it's one on one. Like if I don't do what I gotta do, like I was just out there being like a dog out there more when I was out on the basketball court. I was just more like timid. I'm not saying like they wasn't really feeling me on the basketball court, but my presence was definitely felt more out on the football.
See, that's crazy because I was just going to say, as you watch you play receiver, you are aggressive. You will go up and win 50-50 balls. That's part of your best attribute, I would think.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. Just being more aggressive, more confident out on the football field. I felt like on the basketball field.
You get more than a dozen.
On the court.
I'm sorry. You get more than a dozen scholarship offers for football. What were your visits, and why was it OSU in the beginning?
So as soon as I got all my offers, COVID had hit.
Wow.
So like so I didn't get to go on no visit. Everything was virtual. everything was a virtual visit. So a kid that just started playing football, like getting into recruiting, all these coaches, it was just really just my best like interest for me to stay home.
Yeah.
Because of course, like I was doing virtual visits and I was like building connections with schools, but like it was so much we could only do over the phone and stuff like that. But Oklahoma State was right down the street, so we were able to like to just go drive down there and do visits within like the COVID rules, like so. And during the time, they had a really good coaching staff that I felt like was good for me.
Yeah.
And when the time that I would like my freshman year when I had went there, it was great. We went to a Big 12 championship. We had a great team. Like the whole time I was at Oklahoma State, it was a good time. So that was one of like the main reasons I had just ended up staying home because COVID didn't even really let me get to experience the whole recruiting uh, thing, like the whole recruitment and
Right.
stuff like that.
Okay, so then you decide to transfer. You wind up at West Virginia. Why? What drew you here?
It was just more opportunity during the time, like the coaches that were here, just like the plan that they were selling me, just felt like it was home. Even when I came and visited West Virginia, it just felt like home. The place, as soon as I walked to the facility, the people, um, it felt like West Virginia wanted me, and they were opening me with like welcoming with opening arms, and that was nothing more that I wanted, especially like the situation that they said that they were going to put me in. And if I were to able to do what I were to do, like handle my stuff, then I would be set up for success. So that was the main reason I had ended up coming to West Virginia. That's what led me here for the most part.
So we were talking to Scotty Fox, and he was breaking down what happens between the end of one play and the start of another, which I think is fascinating. So give us your perspective on that. I mean, one play ends, you might have run down the field, 20 or 30 yards. Another play is going to happen within like 15 seconds. So take us from the end of one play to the start of the next play, what you have to think about and how you know what to do on the next play.
Okay. So first thing, so I'm at wide out.
Right.
So the whole time I'm looking at the signaler. I'm looking at the signaler. So as soon as we get a play,
the sideline. You're looking at the sideline.
Yep. I'm looking at the sideline there, mainly the whole time until like he's done signaling the play. Then I'm looking at the ball. Like then I go to looking at the ball, and I'm looking at the quarterback. So boom, I look at the signaler, get the play, then I look down. Once I figure out if it's a run or a pass, so say if it's a run, first thing I'm thinking is the run coming to me or is the run going away from me? If the run's coming to me, then I know, especially like it just depends what type of block it is, but let's just say it's like an outside run or whatever. And the ball's coming to my side, then I'm gonna have to block him. Or so if he's pressed, like I'm thinking, okay, what are my press rules? What are my press rules? If he's like, what do I have to do against him? If he's off, I'm thinking my off man block rules. That's what I'm thinking. If it's a run, and then if it's a pass play, say if I got like a slant or something, I'm like, first thing I'm doing is looking at his leverage. And I'm thinking of what releases I can use that can get his hips open or get him turned, or it really just kind of depends, like leading up to it. I usually got a good understanding of what what corners like to do. So if I know like this certain corner doesn't like to do this, I'll probably attack. Like I'm thinking I'm gonna attack those things. Like those are the only things. So like I get the signal, I get the play, I think about what I'm finna do, I execute that, and then like say if it's a run play or a pass play, either way, I'm running right down the field. West Virginia is a very strong and like very fast tempo offense. So right after that, I'm locked right back in and looking at the signaler because we're probably tempoing. So That's how it is. It's really fast.
What is your attitude when you're lined up and you look across and there's one of those chippy cornerbacks right up doing press coverage on you? Is that personal?
Yeah, yeah, it's personal, but I usually like they gotta be. You gotta put an arm linked out. If they're like too close, up on me, then I'm gonna be like, yo, ref, like, hey, he need to back up, because like sometimes refs don't really, mainly they don't really be looking at like. They're looking at the defense offsides, but they mainly be looking at like the D line and stuff like that. They don't really be looking at the corners, being offsides for real. So,
and those corners are always sneaky. You know that, and I know that. Sneakiest guys on a football team,
and chippy and talking.
They're always yak. They're always yakking, aren't they?
Yeah, they're corners. They definitely got a different type of. They carry themselves a different type of way and aura to themselves, but they do try to get away with a lot of stuff. So
So wait a minute, you guys, you came from Oklahoma State. I mean, those D-backs, Oklahoma State. That's all they did was hold guys. Man, your former teammates. I think they practiced just tackling guys.
Bear hug drills.
I will say, man, we did have some very intense practices when I was at Oklahoma State. Some very great battles. But yeah, man.
Jaden, were you guys going tempo when you were at Oklahoma State? Were you playing fast then?
Yeah, we were a very big tempo. I would say Oklahoma, like especially like now, like if you could compare like the offense Casey Dunn was like the tempo offense he was running was kind of similar to Rich Rod's in a sense. There's a lot of similar plays, I would say, within their offenses and the tempos that we do. So.
Yeah.
And I really like tempo. I really like tempo offenses more than like traditional like under center NFL styles.
Yeah, well, we'll get into that more coming up.
Yeah, why do you like that? What about tempo do you like?
I just feel like it tires the DB down fast. Like I've always played in a tempo offense since I've been into college, and I feel like it really does mess up the defense a lot and having them to check. And for them to like having to move around with different formations if you can get to them fast enough. I really do think that it gives you the offense an advantage when we are moving so fast, because they can't really sub. Like they can't sub if we're moving. They can't take DBs out. Especially if we're in shape, then we should be dominating. We should be dominating on the offensive side.
Yeah, no question about that. We'll get into that here coming up. Three guys before the game, and our visit with Mountaineer receiver Jaden Bray is brought to us and put together by the fine folks at Daniel's Men's Store here in Morgantown. Just visit Fine Look and Fill over at I would imagine Jaden's probably got a suit from Daniel's at this point.
Yeah, he's got some.
Yeah,
you do?
Yeah, he's been over there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me ask you this. So when you got your suit from Fine Look and Fill, Fine Look and Fill, tape measure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everyone knows Phil. He's got the tape measure over him. He's got those pins in his thing and that chalk. What color did you go with when you got your suit? What'd you do?
So when we went, I think I have an all light blue one. It was very nice, and they hooked me up with some shoes. And then we also did a Big 12 Media Day.
Oh yeah.
And we had did like a matching set. So we got like khaki pants, and we got like a really cool shirt, like a cool West Virginia shirt, and then a nice design jacket. So we were all matched up really good. Daniels does a great job of taking care of.
There you go.
Yeah, fine looking Phil, and he's allowing us to happen. Three guys also brought to us by the fine folks at Gomart. They're rolling out a groovy new deal in the month of May. You sign up for their Gomart Rewards program in the month of May, and you get a one-time 30 cents off a gallon of gas.
Ooh.
Gas prices are rising. 30. Yeah. You heard what I said. If you don't have the rewards app yet, sign up for it in May. You get 30 cents off a gallon on your first purchase.
And what's
30 cents off?
$4.10 something.
Well, it's at least that. It's like $200 a gallon, I think.
Well,
what
not
it is.
quite that much.
They'll take it down off of that.
Great.
So visit Gomart. All right. So you're here, coaching change at West Virginia. What, if anything, did you know? Like, if I were to say to you before you came, or like when you hear the day, if I said to you, Rich Rodriguez, did you know anything? And if so, what was it?
No, I didn't know really anything about Coach Rich Rod. I I just had know he was coming in from Jack State, and he was doing his thing down there. He was doing really good, and he was coming back home. That's really all I had like really knew. Um, and I know like around that time when he did get the job and realized like everybody in town realized he was coming back. It was just like a different, it was like a different type of aura coming around like in the city. You had like I know I couldn't go nowhere without people coming up to me saying, Rich Rod's coming back. Are you ready? Are you ready? And so I knew when he would get here, and when I were to like officially get to meet him that he would be a great guy because, all the people in the town had so much respect, but everybody was talking about him. So that's kind of like my knowledge of like what was going through my mind, like,
right?
When I realized like Rich Rod was coming.
When you did meet him, or if you have recollections, first team meeting, first couple team meetings, what do you remember from those?
He was like as soon as he came in and set the foundation, and he went over like the do's and don't, like the Rich Rod, like the culture. Like he came in and set the culture and the foundation. He knows what works in college football. He knows the knowledge, and and like you just gotta listen. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. Like, but he just came. He just came in and he was just firm and set his foundation. And is the hard edge culture, and I don't know, like I liked what he was saying. Um, Everything he says that we're gonna do, I feel like we're gonna do it. Um, I just like the way that he coaches, what he brings. Like he doesn't like BS or like beat around the bush of like where he thinks that you are.
No, that's Rich Rod does not beat around the bush.
Rich does not beat around the bush.
He's very direct.
He'll let you know.
Yeah,
he'll let you know.
And that's what I really like about him. He's not gonna sell you a dream. If you're not where you need to be, he's gonna let you know. And I feel like that's what was needed. And I feel like that's what I needed.
Yeah. Straight. Yeah.
So
that's what I really like him.
So you thrive in that environment. Maybe that's from your a little bit of your military upbringing. I mean, you want that structure, you want that discipline. And how do you again? Rich can be very, I think I've said animated. How do you handle that as an individual? I mean, because he'll get after you. He'll get after you.
You just can't take it personal. Like nothing is ever personal. Mm-hmm. He just wants you to be the best version as you can be.
Do you feel you've gotten better? Do you feel you've gotten better during this tenure?
Yeah, for sure. Just about how I attack the game, like how I approach every day, like just from like waking up and stuff like that. Like especially like dealing with injury and stuff like that. It is hard. So just you get to do the stuff that we do. Like we get to go to the facility, like we get to play football. Like we don't have to. We get to do these things. So it's like it's a blessing in a sense. So just waking up with a different mindset every day, just coming in and attacking. Because like one thing that I didn't realize, like of course, like I'm playing football to like support my families and stuff like that and what I want to do in life. But while you're playing for a whole organization, that catch, you miss a catch, that feeds everybody in the facility, not just the coaches, but the janitors, the equipment, like everybody in the facility. So it's way bigger than just you.
Yeah. Jaden,
and I feel like he's really instilled that into like the view.
Let's go back and talk about these last couple of years, the injury a little bit more. I'm fascinated how gutty you have been to get through these last 2 years without having to be on the field very much, not at all last year and only 5 games the year before. What do you think you've learned about yourself over the last couple of years that maybe you didn't know before?
Yeah, like I'm way stronger than what I am. Going through all these rehabs and stuff like that. You kind of just feel like you can go through anything, especially like when you're doing workouts and stuff like that. It gets hard, but nothing been harder than a rehab, fresh out of surgery and stuff like that. So just having that mindset of like it can always be worse. it can always be, just keeping your head straight, and just always being thankful for the little things, and always just thanking God. That's what I feel like I've been doing, like a really good thing, like since I've been injured, because you just never know when it's gonna be your last time, like stepping onto the field. So just going hard every practice, because it could be your last. That's what I feel like I've been doing, like a big thing of doing.
And with that being said, Jaden, how did you feel health-wise through spring? Everything feel good?
Yeah, yes, sir. Everything, like, I felt really good during spring. I feel like they did a really good job, and the staff, like we talked about, just like limiting me on some of the things that I've been doing, just to make sure that I've been doing good. My body's been feeling great and everything like that. So the coaching staff and the like medical staff does like a great job taking care of the players and making sure that we're all going to be good for the season. I feel like I had a great spring. It's been really good.
What stood out to you? You got a bunch of new guys on this roster again. Offensively, what has stood out to you through the spring?
I would just say, like, the camaraderie that we have. Um, even though, like, we've only been here for a short time, I feel like we've been close. Like, I've been playing with these guys already, especially like the way we've been working. I feel like we've been working way harder than we were last year. I feel like the guys are just, like I said, just more connected. Like, I feel like this is like a team, like a real team. Not saying like last year it wasn't a real team, but like um, I just feel like we're more connected in a sense, and everybody got the same common goal, and that we all just want to like really prove and show like what W football can really do, and what. So that's what I feel like.
You've
Like a
got
major thing.
yeah, you've got a bunch of new faces in your room, don't you? In the receiver
Yep.
room. Give me a little scouting report. Break them down for us. Like if you were Coach Bray, give me a report on these dudes.
Okay. Okay. I'll start out with Prince. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Go Get It, because he's 6'5", 6'6". If you would think a guy like that, you'd think he's only a jump ball guy. Nah, he can run intermediate routes. He can run the whole route tree. He's super clean. Um, and he's I feel like a guy like his size, I feel like he's very explosive and clean at the top end of his route. Um, Next we can go down the list. We can go on with Keon. Uh, Man,
That's
he's Mr.
Keon Hutchins.
Flash. Yeah,
Keon
yeah,
Hutchins, yeah.
yeah. Keon Hutchin, man, he's so fast. Um, Once he cleans up the little top end of his routes, he's gonna be unstoppable. There's certain routes in our tree, like routes that we have in practice, that we have to like pull up on. I mean, like come back to the ball, but he's so fast. He has the green light to, he can keep running on those routes. So um I would say that. Man Child, if y'all know Man Child, they call him Man Child. They talking about
You
hey,
talking about Francis from LSU?
yeah, Francis from LSU. Um he's does every day he's getting better, just like, because at start it was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what they were. He was just kind of like struggling a little bit, but then he started getting really good towards the end of the semester and picking it up and making a lot of plays. He's been doing real great. He's a bigger guy, so we want him to be able to go into the slot and outside. Um, so he's been doing a great job with that, especially like coming in and learning a new playbook. It's not easy for like none of the new guys, but I feel like all the guys have been really learning the playbook really good, and doing a great job with that.
DJ,
Cyrus.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
what about
oh,
DJ Epps? Yeah, give us
oh
DJ
yeah.
Epps.
DJ Epps has been doing a really good job. Uh, that's one of the guys I've gotten really close with over the time since he's gotten here. Making a whole bunch of plays in the slot. He's very twitchy. I know y'all saw in the spring game him score that touchdown. He probably does that every practice, if not more than once. He's super explosive, and I'm really glad to have him on our team. Um, Cyrus is another guy who makes plays on a daily. He's been here since last year. Another guy that stayed out here. Y'all saw the award he won at the spring
Yep.
game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Cyrus Traw from Parkersburg, of course. He's a state native.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. He's one of my good friends. I'm really excited to see what he can do for this year.
Now,
Um,
Jaden, he could hoop in high school. He was a good.
I know
he was a heck of a basketball player.
I know he was a really good basketball player. He was telling me he was first team and all that. So
He was.
He was really good. And then like all the freshmen that came in, Charlie,
Charlie Hannafin.
Charlie Hannafin, Malachi, and Robert Oliver. All three of those guys came in. They came in early enrollees, and they just came in ready to work. They were definitely thrown into the fire, but Coach Garrett and just the rest of the coaching staff just did a great job with them. Coach Nealon, getting them on track early. It's never easy coming in early as a freshman, straight into college.
Sure.
So they were definitely thrown into the fire, but I feel like they handled it great. And I know when we get back for fall camp, they'll be fired up to get back at it. So,
Jaden, when the ones are going against the ones in practice, is there a defensive player that you hope to avoid? Because that player is looking to take advantage of the ones against the ones and wants to take somebody's head off.
I would probably say, like, for me, anytime I'm avoiding anybody, it's probably like the D line. I don't never want to be in front of the D. Like, if I catch a ball,
Yeah.
I know not to go back inside because the D line, as soon as that ball's in the air, they're like looking for the ball. So those who I would say I try to stay away from the most. That's who I try to stay away from.
They're just looking to prove it. What about But let's build on that situation, because when you're going over the middle, that's when there's the most danger for a receiver. And what's your mindset? Because if you're going over the middle, you're pretty sure you're going to get whacked. You might get whacked by a guy you don't even see. So how are you handling that while concentrating on the ball coming at you like 100 miles an hour?
Usually if I got to break in, I'm usually like peeking inside. But so as soon as I like break in, I'll usually like will take a picture of like what was there before. Like I'll break in, I'll take a picture. Okay, ball. And then I'll catch the ball, and like that picture you took, you got to kind of like guess on where those guys are gonna be at before, after you catch the ball. So, I don't know. I really never been like scared of going through the middle. Like, I just always be focusing on catching the ball for real.
Because he's a dog.
Well, yeah, and back in 2023 at Oklahoma State, you caught a ton of balls across the middle. You had most of your catches came in the middle of the field there, so you're not afraid to go in there.
I didn't say afraid. I just said you gotta have a mindset.
Yeah.
That you're gonna get
for
whacked.
sure. For sure.
Do you think the number of dogs on defense has increased?
Oh yeah, I feel like we got a lot of more dogs. I feel like just like we did a lot of like really good job recruiting, especially like for the guys that we had lost and stuff like that. I feel like we brought in a lot of guys that met Rich Rod's mindset, not just on the field but off the field as well. So I feel like we brought in a lot of high caliber guys in that are going to help us win this year.
Yeah. The season goes by super quickly, but now you have these, what I guess you could call OTAs during the summer, where you get really an opportunity where I would think, imagine back when you were at Oklahoma State, we didn't even have those yet, those actual workouts. What do you want to fine tune here in the summer before camp starts in August?
Just really like one of the things that we had talked about, like with the coaches, is just really me just learning the playbook, like the entire playbook, through like all the positions and stuff like that. That's one of the main things that I want to do, just so I'm not just stuck on the outside, because I know the outside like the back of my hand. So just getting to learn like more like this tight end stuff, the slot stuff. So maybe we can start going more 10 personnel, and we're not just stuck into like 3 wideouts. Maybe we can have 4 wideouts out there. So that's just been one of the main things, and I've been trying to learn on his playbook, and then just also like just cleaning in top of the routes, like top of the route breaks, just making you can always be more cleaner on those. Those have been just as like the main things, and then just always getting stronger. just always getting stronger for lifting and just getting stronger in the weight room. I would just say those have been like the main 3 things that I've just been working on.
How do you make sure? So you're home now for about 3 weeks. How do you make sure that you do stay in somewhat of shape? Like, what are you doing now so that you don't lose everything you gained?
Yeah, so the strength staff does a great job, but like they'll post like workouts on our teamworks and stuff like that. So like this morning before like this meeting, I had worked out this morning. Just did a little workout that they had sent out on the teamworks. They usually send us a whole criteria for the whole month, like what runs to do, what lifts to do. So I'll do that. I'll do the list that Mike Joe will send us.
Where do you lift? So you go somewhere, or where do you do that?
Yeah, usually I got a couple of high school friends that are still out here that I'm really close to. So I go to some of like the close like colleges around here, like the local colleges, or I'll just even go back to my high school or something like that.
That must be a big deal when you go back to the high school. Like, ooh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Look at him. There he is. Oh, you think so, Brad?
Nah, it'd be cool. No, it'd be a little bit. I'm in Norman, so it's not that too much. I didn't beat them twice in Bedlam. I was down. I'm kind of a hometown villain.
That's fine. That's all right. That's fine. We took care of him, by the way, in the Crown basketball event. I don't know if you were.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, I for sure watched that.
Yeah, that was a day. So you growing up then, Trey Young had to be the dude that you were watching hoop, right?
Yeah, he was. Oh my gosh, them games were so packed. Trying to get in to go watch him play. I probably watched him like 6 times.
Norman High School.
Yeah, so he's been.
So you were
going crazy.
You were pretty impressed with Honor Huff's 38 there in that Crown Championship game. He was fun to watch.
Oh yes, huh? Oh yeah, Honor Huff, man. Just watching the basketball team, you can't not see Honor Huff. So he's definitely cold, man. Just watching their whole basketball season, it's been great to see what W Hoops have been doing.
Now, how do you think Honor'd be as a slot? He's pretty twitchy and quick. Good start-stop. He'd be a great slot, wouldn't he?
He would be a crazy slot. Just like if he take everything he does with that ball, oh my gosh, and come to the slot and come to football, he might be a first-round pick.
Well, heck, as much as he got held and hit during a basketball game, he's already ready for the physical contact.
Press coverage.
Yeah.
Press coverage.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, how about give me a little scouting report on quarterbacks? Obviously, coming out of spring ball, both of those guys. I mean, we had Scotty on recently. Michael's in the mix now as well. Talk about those guys. It looks as though you've got 2 really talented guys.
Yeah, it's been great being able to practice with both of those guys. Just building a stronger connection with Scotty, just building on from last year, and then Mike coming in and us having to build one. So it's just been great learning from both of those guys. I feel like those 2 guys are the most guys in the building. Like they're in the building the most out of anybody on the team. You can tell that both of those guys are really hungry, and it's really cool to see them guys push each other in that room because they both want to be great, and they just want to do the best that they can do for W football. So it's been nothing but great to, like I said, just to be able to work with those guys and, like I said, watch them compete throughout the day, whether it's in the weight room or on the field. It's just been really cool to see those guys to get come together for the team and stuff.
Yeah, got to have competition. You don't have competition, you got no shot whatsoever. Yep. 3 guys before the game is brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales, located in St. Albans. Family owned for 4 decades, they are the premier pontoon boat dealer in the state of West Virginia, the only Honda Marine premium dealership in our state. If you have to cough, shut your microphone off. If you have any need for boating apparel, I'm going to call it apparel. Gear, service stuff. Now's the best time. Now's the best time. The largest inventory of the year is right now. So visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. That's LouWendellMarineSales.com.
All right, I know we got to get Jaden out of here fairly soon. We got to talk some food.
I want to get food.
Food discussion. Yes. All right, Jaden, let's have a food discussion here. 2-part question. Favorite food overall? Any meal you could sit down, your most favorite meal would be what? And best go-to meal at the facility when you're back here in Morgantown?
Go-to meal ever. I would have to go with like some really good barbecue. Like I'm out here like down south barbecue, Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
I don't think like I can beat that. That's something every time I'm back in Morgantown, that's probably something I'm always looking for is like really good barbecue. So that's something
I got something. I got something for you.
Okay. I mean, I need y'all to put me on.
When you come back, okay, let's do this. When you come back, we got a dude, and I promise you that you'll love it. Not like it. I promise you that you will love it. So when you come back,
we'll come get him.
We'll come get you. We're going to drive you. We're going to drive you over to Rev Kev. Kev. He's got a trailer. Sells it on Thursdays and Fridays from 11 in the morning until it sells out. We're going to take care of you.
We got you.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sounds great.
And then
I love that.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
How about sides? What do you go with sides when you get your barbecue?
Sides. I like if the beans. I'm a big beans guy.
Yeah, beans are really good.
Especially if they're like cooked, like that's why I pick them, because they gotta be like actual good, like really good. And like side, I don't know, like beans, and then like I'm like a good like corn guy. Like if it's like a Mexican corn, like a cream corn.
Okay.
That's probably
what you would do.
I'm big
on corn cake. Kevin, like Rev Kev's corn cake will knock him out. Good. This is going to be an unbelievable experience for you. This is going to be an unbelievable.
I'm excited.
You're going to say, I cannot believe that I didn't know about this yet. That's what you're going to say.
Yeah, we got it. We'll handle that. All right, favorite meal at the facility when you're here?
At the facility, like when I'm eating at the facility, like at the football.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. There's a lot of stuff I like when they cook up there.
You a pasta guy? Made to order pasta? You can get in there. A little chicken in there.
I'd be forgetting what they be making. It's like they be doing like a crab leg day.
Oh, wow. How many crab legs did it take to feed a football team?
Crab leg.
That's like half the Chesapeake Bay.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, my God.
That's a lot of work,
man.
End up just as hungry when I'm over.
It was only one day that they did this, but it was a crab leg day, and I ain't gonna lie, I probably ate like 3 pounds or 2.5 pounds of them crab legs that day. I didn't leave the facility. I think that was probably my favorite day.
They're good. No,
you can't get enough crab legs to feed a football team.
You really can't. You can't. A lot of
it's impossible.
A lot of cracking going on. Okay.
It would be impossible.
Music-wise, like right now, your top 3 favorite artists are who?
It really changes up because I listen to a lot of music. Who I'm listening to? I'm gonna throw Lucky. His name's Lucky. I'm gonna throw Lucky in there.
All right.
Do research on that.
Pulling his playlist up.
Yeah.
Getting the playlist going.
I always listen to Yeet. His name is Yeet.
Oh,
Yeet. I always listen to Yeet.
Lucky and Yeet.
And then
Hoppy's favorite too.
he's got all of those.
And then Jace. I'm always listening to Jace. Those 3. Yeet, Lucky, and Jace.
So you've got no country. You got no country influence, even though you're in Norman, Oklahoma, like all those dudes that are from there.
I do like. It really just depends on the vibe of the vibe. But most of the time, I'm always like, got to get ready for a workout, and I got to get ready for a practice. But definitely, like if I'm just chilling, like when I'm definitely out here just chilling with my friends, that's all I like. I guess I'm so used to it. Like I'm always surrounded by country music.
Yeah.
Like when I'm out here, so I mean, I definitely don't have a problem with it. I like it. I definitely enjoy it.
Do you mix
there's a big. Oh, my fault.
No, I was just gonna say, do you mix it up pregame or is it the same playlist before a game?
No, I mix it up quite a lot. I listen to a lot of like my teammates' playlists. Like if I get tired of listening to my own stuff, I'll go and like go follow my teammates' playlist and listen to what they listening to, add their playlist.
Who does the best job there, teammate wise? Like if you need something, you know which player is gonna bring it. Who would you go to first?
I'll probably go to Keon, Keon Hutchins, or I would who also has really good music. I would Josh Sapp, tight end.
Oh, so
Okay.
tight end with music.
Tight end with music. Oh,
Do you approve of the music that they play for you during practice? Or do you wish you had more of a say? Do you ever?
It's smooth. It's cool.
Yeah.
I guess it would change a little bit because it is kind of repetitive, but it's good. It's good. They put a lot of music on there that they think we'd like. So
I think Dusty maybe has a big say in that music. Don't you think Dusty would probably be heavily involved in music selections?
Oh yes, Dusty be on the mic, and he'll be like, change that song. So yeah, Dusty would probably have
when practice is on and you guys are like in drills or mock scrimmage situations, and Dusty is on the microphone calling out like, "Third down!" Like, are you listening? I mean, are you following that? Yeah, that's unique and different.
Yeah, I really like that because it kind of feels like we're actually like it simulates gameplay, like hearing like an announcer and stuff like that. And I feel like it gets us fired up, and it definitely keeps us more engaged, especially like in those. So we'll do like a third down situation. Yeah. So he's screaming third down and 1, third down and 4. It kind of gets you fired up.
Stick your face in there.
You get commentary. Yeah. It's not just PA. He gives you commentary
too. Stick your face in there.
Yeah. I really like it.
He was spring game. He was.
Oh, did he do it during the spring game?
I think it was Dusty doing the spring game.
It could have been. I mean, he's versatile.
It was very animated.
He bounces all around. Okay. All right,
let's let Jaden go. I told him we'd keep him 40 minutes. We've gone over.
We've gone over the 40. All right, so then Jaden's appearance is brought to us by Daniel's Men's Store, and we encourage everyone, if you want the really super-duper exclusive gear, Mountaineer gear, he's got the full capacity of that, plus suits, tuxes, however you want to look pretty.
Spring, summer sport coats are arriving daily, and they are sharp.
Nice.
Ooh. Sharp. They're still coming.
Okay.
Still coming in. Head over there.
All right. Hey, listen, brother, we really appreciate your time very much. We look forward to getting you back. And again, this is just not an idle promise. When you come here, I'm going to track you down over in the building, and we're going to bring you over to Rev Kev's.
Oh, yes.
And we're going to eat.
Yes.
Yes, please. I love that, man. I really appreciate you guys for having me today. I had a fun time on this podcast today. Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure. Thank you,
Jaden. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
There he is, Jaden Bray.
I think that barbecue stand, that's like a good trip. We all do that. We're going to do that, right?
Oh, we're definitely doing that. Yeah.
I don't know if people know, but they sell it out of the trailer now Thursdays and Fridays.
I keep forgetting that.
11 in the morning till sellout.
Have you been over since they started?
Yeah, I was over there once. Yeah, and it gets a crowd.
We probably need to taste test that before Jaden gets back.
So we need to head over
there.
Yeah,
we should.
Just to make sure it's going to be good, but we should go over once before, just like as a scouting mission, right?
Scouting.
Agree?
Scouting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jaden was great, wasn't he? That was
fantastic.
I hope. And guys, that's a dude. If he's healthy and plays this year, that's a dude, right?
Yes.
Remember last year before the season began, how he dominated that last? It wasn't the very last one, but it was close.
Crazy.
It was Jordan-esque.
Yes.
Right?
He had a practice where you just were let's sit there like your head was saying everything up in the air, 50-50 balls, great catches, and that's why it's so unfortunate that he got hurt.
So he sounds like he's good, sounds like he's healthy, and looking for a big season from him.
And Brad, how often have we talked about 50-50 balls?
Yeah, and he's the guy, right? He can go up and get him there.
And you look, I was standing next to him briefly at the spring game, and not only does he perform, but he looks like a guy, man. I mean, just like a big guy, long arms, big hands.
That's a pro, right?
Yeah,
it's a pro for a guy that hasn't played a lot of football. There, as he just told us, that's a potential pro.
So. You say he hasn't here, but he's been playing for like 5 years.
Yeah, but he's only played 8 games his last 2 years.
But he played like how many? Like 20 games at Oklahoma State.
Or
something.
He played. But he's got to be frustrated. So let's knock on wood that everything comes out health-wise, and he has himself a season. 3 guys before the game is brought to us by the good folks at Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law. A couple of clients writing in. Sabrina was a client of Jan Dill's, and she said this: such a wonderful group of individuals. Everyone has been so nice, never hesitated to answer or help me with any concerns or questions that I had. I will recommend Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law to anyone needing a lawyer. Thank you for everyone who helped me get through this process. And Veronica wrote in, I can't rave enough about Jan Dill's attorneys at law. I was denied before, so this time I chose to be represented. Everyone so helpful, even spending hours on the phone filling out paperwork because I was not able to use my hands. I was able to focus on learning to walk again because everything else was taken care of. Thank you so much. Your help has truly changed my life for the better. Jan Dill's attorneys at law, personal injury, military benefits, veterans claims, Social Security. Visit them, Jan Dill's attorneys at law. We've got Textual Healing. Did you have yeah, I thought you had a couple things, so we're going to do your couple things now, I think. It's not Hoppy's obvious observations.
Just a thing.
It's Hoppy's after the interview observations. It's a new feature.
I had some stuff, too, on the men's and women's basketball recruiting. I'll leave that to Brad if he wants to get into it.
What, you say he's not doing his job?
No, I just, look.
Why would he take a shot at you like that?
It's not a shot. I'm like a third stringer. Brad is the starter on that stuff.
Took it as a shot, saying Brad's not doing his recruiting.
Brad, was I taking a shot at you, Brad?
I'm not listening to you. I don't know.
See, now the whole thing's off.
I don't know what you said.
Why would you attack him like that, Hoppy?
So, I didn't watch much of the NFL draft. I mean, it's just, I understand it's a big deal now. I kept track of it. I was interested. I wanted to see this. I wanted to see the setting in Pittsburgh. I wanted to see the setup. Okay, but I'm not going to sit there for hours. But I did follow it, and then after, I'm interested in what teams, Brad, what teams have the most players taken, et cetera, et cetera. So I talked about this with you guys yesterday. What do we say all the time about teams? What makes good teams, Brad?
Got to have guys.
It's always about the players. WVU was one of 10 Power 4 schools with no players taken in the NFL draft. None.
That's not good.
The others were Virginia, UCLA, North Carolina, Colorado, Purdue, Wisconsin, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, and Oklahoma State. Of those 10, only Virginia had a winning record, and it had a good season, 11-3. But here's something that stands out: the combined record of all those teams was 38-84. Of the 10 teams that had no players selected, and 11 of those wins Virginia had, the combined record was 38-84. Take Virginia out, the average number of wins by the 9 teams that had no players, Power 4 had no players taken in the draft, was 3. It's always about the players.
Got to have players, man.
Several players from West Virginia invited to camp. Reed Carrico to the Browns. Jeff Weimer to the Chiefs. Eddie V to the Vikings. Linebacker Chase Wilson invited by the Jets. Cornerback Michael Coates actually signed a free agent deal with the Browns. I'm not sure if I left anybody out there, did I?
You know, wasn't it wild to see Mesidor and Trotter go so high? I mean, guys that you knew were dudes. You got them for a year. That's always the downside of the portal. And there hasn't been guys, and we can do this at some point. There hasn't been a ton of guys that have left over the years that you went, okay, that guy really went on to do X. There has been a few over the last 7 or 8 years, and you just talk those two. You talk Tyke Smith, who turned himself, again, was a freshman All-American, turned himself into an NFL guy. There were some guys that we always talk how things could have been different. That's one of the things that could have been different had you been able to keep those guys. Some of the early days of NIL, some of those on the very pre edge of NIL, getting out of there.
What do you mean by that?
Change some fortunes.
Big 12.
Changed fortunes for some people, some to the better, some to the worse.
Big 12 had 38 players taken in the draft, same number as the ACC. Big 10 had 68, SEC had 87. Before I let you go, thoughts on expanding the NCAA tournament to 76 teams. I have a take on that, but I like your guys' take. You guys are basketball guys. What's your take?
Go ahead, give your take.
You're baiting him. You're baiting him.
I think it is designed. I think the beneficiaries are going to be the big conferences with teams with the 500 record. I think that's who benefits the most from that. And I know there's going to be then now playing games, number one. Number two, to me, the interest would be in secondary tournaments. I'd rather see more of the kinds of tournaments like West Virginia participated in than 76 teams in the NCAA tournament. Third point I would make is that when coaches are negotiating contracts, making the NCAA tournament in and of itself is no longer holds the cachet that it once did just a few years ago in terms of how much you pay a coach or what kind of benefit you get.
I'm pretty simple in this regard. It's the greatest sporting event we have going. There's more games in it. Great, I'm in. Give me more basketball in tournament setting. In. Pretty simple.
Tony?
Yeah, I'm indifferent. I did see, and I wanted to get this up.
What?
They had a projection of what this year's tournament field would have looked like if you had the 76 teams this year. And it's 8 more. I mean, it's not a world of difference. It's not a world of difference. You're going to have you're going to have 6 games on Tuesday. You're going to have 6 games on Wednesday. Great. And they're going to feed into the Thursday and Friday game. So is it this monumental thing? No, like Brad said, it's more games.
Right.
It's more games. It will be interesting to see down the road what it does to the non-NCAA events like the Crown, personal favorite of this show. Our favorite non-NCAA tournament is the Crown.
Kind of cuts into them a little bit. I mean, it cuts.
Maybe.
Maybe it does.
I mean, the NIT had been changing anyway. Things have been changing. This isn't. I mean, you're already at 68 teams. I mean, people are acting like this is the end of the world. You're already at 68 teams. It's a few more teams being added in. Great.
There has been a significant increase of Division I schools since the last time they expanded the field. So you're about hovering approximately 20% of your teams now go to the NCAA tournament. So 80% still don't go of your 300 and whatever it is now. 3 guys before the game is brought to us. Textual Healing's coming up. 3 guys before the game is brought to us by the fine folks at Tutors. We forgot to ask Jaden if he's a Tutors dude. But if Jaden did go to Tutors, there's no question he would order the super breakfast.
You think?
Well, yeah, your choice of eggs, and they'll make them your way. I mean, how do you want them? Give me 2 hard-boiled. Give me a poached and give me a fried. Over easy.
In on all that.
Choice of meat, crispy potatoes, and a homemade buttermilk biscuit. The next time it's time for breakfast, check it out. Biscuit Country, the super breakfast, available at Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's biscuit. Textual Healing is next. We, on our summer series, we're in the process of lining up our guests, and we certainly hope that you enjoy our guests. If you want to throw us one, we're almost close to having it filled up.
Getting there, efforting.
For the whole season as far as who we're going to do. But if you have a suggestion, by all means, you can let us know. Textual Healing is brought to us by the fine folks at WVU Medicine. They're the exclusive healthcare provider for all Mountaineers, including you. I'd like to remind you that they've got an unbelievable specialization in pediatric orthopedics. Kids are active. Sometimes injuries do happen. At WVU Medicine Golisano Children's, the orthopedics team specializes in caring for growing bones, joints, muscles, sports injuries, fractures, to scoliosis, and complex conditions. We provide advanced treatment with a gentle touch. Kids deserve care designed just for them. If you need help, call 855-WVU-CARE, 855-WVU-CARE, or schedule an evaluation, or visit WVUkids.com. That's WVUkids.com. Not a ton of healing, but we got some. Do you recall the mailman from Mercer County?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So that was the person who got onto the show, and then just like, I went back to episode 1, he said, and listened.
Oh my gosh.
He was on his route, so he got time.
Sure.
And now he writes in after a bit of hadn't heard. It's been a long, hot minute since I've tuned in. Actually, it's been about a year. A couple of health issues, including a recent bout of cancer. I had surgery December the 4th at the and this is how he wrote it, at the Wake Forests.
Nice.
And after a 10-hour procedure, I was awakened to a nurse asking if there's anything I was looking forward to for the weekend. Unable to talk because of the nature of the surgery, so I scribbled out on a dry erase board, WVU and Wake Forest basketball game.
How about that?
Although the outcome wasn't in our favor, I was grateful to be able to watch the game on TV. As Tony says, it's all about perspective. After a 9-day hospital stay, I gave them a thanks for having me.
That's a good thanks for having me right there.
Fast forward 4 months, I'm back to work, stuffing boxes, delivering packages, almost completely healed, expected to make a 100% recovery and cancer-free. Not to take anything away from anyone that says they have beat cancer, but I didn't beat anything. God beat it for me. I was there for the journey. He won the battle for me before it started. And on a good note, I've missed about a year of episodes, and now I get to binge listen every day while at work. 3 episodes a day. Yeah, that's right. 3 a days. Forget Coach Rod's 2 a days. We're going 3 a days with 3 guys. That should get me through the summer series just in time for football. P.S.
Good conditioning on his part.
Hunger pains are tough when you have to deliver these all day. Say right there.
Oh.
He had to deliver all those biscuit flyers. Those direct mail piece from Tudors.
There we go.
Right? He's just spreading the word.
Well, that's a great story.
Yeah, so we wish you the absolute very best. And that's wonderful news. Texter, Chester from Winchester reports that the Winchester, Virginia Star newspaper states that Kevin Pittsnoggle will take over as the new John Kerr Elementary School principal in Winchester, Virginia, upon the retirement of the current principal. Yeah, that was a while back, but that's unbelievable. Fantastic for Kevin, and congratulations to him on his continued career in education.
I was
thinking, imagine him as your principal in elementary school. You got those little Sparkies. They're about 2'7", right? About 2'7", and Kev's bordering on the 6'10"-ish, and so that commands respect.
He walks down the hall, you think they know he's coming?
Yeah, I think so. Texter, this goes back to our Miles Sadler episode. We, Brad and Tony, need to be efforting for Tudors in Morgantown to carry poutine. You think we could get that on the menu there?
Great. That is
the Canadian tater.
I'm all in on that.
There.
I never had it. You had it, Brad?
Oh, yeah. In.
Oh, really? Wait to try it. Tony, you probably have because
I don't think I have, but I'd like it.
You're up there.
That's right in my my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
sounds good.
I'd
like eat 3 right now.
Oh, Brad's going to get cranky because he's hangry over there.
Love the program. Have listened to every one. I'm wondering if the players got any of the money from the basketball crown championship.
Got all the money.
They got all the money.
Yeah,
all the money.
The school's not allowed to touch any of it. It goes through a sponsor, and so the players got all of the money. And it was $300 that was split based upon a player's performance and the player's social media following.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they got all divvied up. But yeah, they made dollars. Last one. This is Joey B. in Princeton. I was camping in Talladega, Alabama, for the NASCAR race. We're hanging around, having some cold beers, smoking some wings, and a kid walks up to us and says, "Hey, I see your tent. I played there last year."
What?
I was a kickoff specialist. My name is Ethan Head. Extremely random encounter, but it just proves yet again there's always a West Virginia connection. Signed by Joey B. in Princeton.
You see that big wreck at Talladega? It's like 28 cars involved.
Did not see that.
Huge wreck.
First I've seen of that.
Can I give you one other thing? Do we have time?
Well, yeah, Hoppy.
Okay. So I'm fascinated by the Brendan Sorsby story. Okay. Who's Texas Tech quarterback who's checked into rehab for gambling. And the first thing is, addiction is real. The gambling addiction is recognized by the National Psychiatric Association as a legitimate disability. So you hope that the young man gets the help that he needs. And also that with the prevalence of legal gambling, there's a lot more of that these days, especially among young men. The question relevant to us is whether or not he will be eligible to play. And my non-legal research on this suggests he probably isn't going to be able to. Now, the argument by his people is going to be using a portion of the Americans with Disabilities Act, saying he has a disability, which he does. So therefore, that should be an exemption to be punished, that you can't punish him for somebody who has a disability. But the NCAA, but if you play college sport, you're not an employee. See, the Americans with Disability Act is most relevant to the employer-employee relationship, okay? And college athletes are not technically employees. There's still, so there's not as much weight to ADA for college athletes, okay? So and betting on sports is that's a number one rule in the NCAA. Like that's a primary rule that you can't do it. So the thought is that having the gambling addiction does not in and of itself disqualify him or protect him from disqualification. Okay?
Understood.
Okay. It may help mitigate the punishment, but it does not exempt him from punishment, is my early read on that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be interesting because he's not alone.
No.
He's not alone in the college space. There are those that just haven't been brought to light yet. So whatever they decide is going to have a precedent going forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just some insight, and if it was today, you would not expect to see him play against West Virginia today.
That's going to be a long ways. That's the last game. Is that last game? No. Yeah. No,
Is
Utah's the last game of the year, right? Wrong.
Don't remember.
It might be Utah. While you wrap up, I'll check.
Utah is Thanksgiving week. Is that the end of the season?
I think that's the end of the season.
Yeah. So they might be before that then. Got to go to Lubbock.
Utah.
Yeah. When's the Red Raiders?
That is the Red Raiders at Texas Tech, November 7th.
Oh, earlier.
Followed by the Kansas, then Houston, and then at Utah on November 27th.
Since we're just throwing stuff out, and we're not on a live radio program, which Hoppy still struggles to understand that he keeps looking at the clock like he's got to hit his heart out. But anyway, so Mountaineer basketball has been assigned in the Players Era tournament. There's 2 weeks of games. There's a window of 17, 18, and 19 of November in Las Vegas. That's the first week of the tournament, and West Virginia will play then. 17, 18, 19.
In Las Vegas.
In Vegas. If you win 2 of the 3 games that you play, then you would be invited back 2 weeks later to play in the Final Four for the World's Championship.
So like first week in December or something? Or?
It would be the first week of December by that time, yeah. Okay. It's kind of wild.
It is.
And West Virginia will be doing that in each of the next 2 years.
Same venue? What are the venues?
I think they use MGM and I think the T-Mobile, right? So I think the same kind of a thing they did with the Crown. Like you can go to what's it called? That was called the MGM Grand Garden Club.
Yeah, MGM Grand Garden Arena.
Yeah.
I'd like to go. I missed the Crown.
Listen, we'd love to have you.
I'd like to go.
I mean, you're a Vegas kind of guy.
No, I'm not.
Oh, come on now, Hoppy. Come on now, stop it.
Because I'm a tightwad, and you guys, I go to get a cup of coffee, and it's $12.
That makes you bummed out?
Bums me out big time.
I understand. All right. Episode 714 cooked. Thanks so very much to Jaden Bray for joining us.
Great interview.
3 Guys Before the Game is brought to us by Gomart. Get the Gomart Rewards card and immediately begin saving on food and fuel. Good vibes.
There you go.
Is
that you guys?
Gomart. 3 Guys brought to us by Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. Is that you driving that boat? 3 Guys brought to us by Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's Biscuit. By Jan Dills, attorneys at law. They won't take no for an answer. By WVU Medicine. Textual Healing. The exclusive healthcare provider for all Mountaineers, including you. All right. Special thanks to producer Jake. For Jaden, Hoppy, and Brad, we are complete. 3 Guys Before the Game. Subscribe if you haven't already, because our release dates are intermittent during the
Thanks to Daniels and Golden Blue Enterprises as well for their help.
Thank you,
Jaden
Phil.
Really liked Phil. He remembered Phil from he had the tape measure over his neck.
Got good stuff.
The pins. He always put the pins there.
Can't go wrong.
Then the wax. Is that wax or chalk?
Chalk.
Chalk. All right. See you.
Brad knows he works there.